Jazz is a squirrel who lives in a tree on the edge of town. It has rained a lot for 2 whole weeks. "I'm bored," says Jazz. Flake nods. "Me too." Jazz and Flake look down. The garden is overflowing. It has almost become a river. Sticks and branches float by the tree below. They spot some mice clinging to a big branch floating by. "Help! Help!" calls one of the mice. "That's Molly and her little kids," says Jazz. The small mice cling helplessly to the branch as they slowly float by the tree. "We have to help them." Jazz jumps outside. "But Mom says we're not allowed to leave home," Flake yells after him. "But we have to save the mice," answers Jazz. He runs down the tree, but the branch is out of reach. He cannot get to it. Molly yells again, "Help us!" But Jazz is afraid to go into the water. "Our hole got filled up with water," Molly cries. "What should I do?" asks Jazz. "You have to stop the water. It flows from the brook." Jazz pauses to think. Then he runs back up the tree. "Keep an eye on the mice," he yells to Flake. "I have to try to stop the water." Jazz jumps from the tree to a fence. He runs as fast as he can. He leaps onto another tree, and to another, and another, until he reaches the big brook. It is overflowing with water. There's water all over the ground. Jazz jumps along the brook, all the way to the large pipe that spurts the water out. The pipe goes under the street, and there are many houses on the other side of the street. Jazz wants to pass the street, but it has heavy traffic. It is dangerous. But he must cross the street to find out where the water is coming from. He watches the cars carefully, then he runs as fast as he can and reaches the other side of the street. There are almost no trees here and no grass, but there are lots of houses and pavement everywhere. The ground is hard, Jazz thinks. The rain is pouring down. There's lots of water in the street. The water cannot get into the hard ground. Instead it floats to a sewer grate. Now Jazz understands. All the water from the town goes down the grate, through the pipe, under the street, and into the brook. No wonder the brook is overflowing. Jazz looks around. There's no way he can stop all that water. He will have to try to save Molly and her kids instead. He hurries. He clears the street easily on the way back. He leaps from tree to tree, and with a final giant leap, he lands on the fence. He is back home. Flake looks worried. "The mice have floated away downstream," he cries. Jazz looks around. "But we have to save them," he yells. They spot the mice. Their branch is searching dangerously in the water. "Help us!" yells Molly desperately. But they are way out of reach. Jazz and Flake cannot get to them. Then Jazz spots a long branch. It reaches out over the water. Jazz leaps to the branch and Flake follows. "Hold my tail. Tight. Don't let go," Jazz yells. Flake gets a good grip. Jazz lets himself drop and reaches for the mice. He gets hold of a small paw. The little kids cling to Jazz's fur. "Flake, pull us up," he yells. Flake pulls with all his might, and the mice are saved. "We cannot live in this town any more," says Molly. "There's too much water when it rains." Molly and her kids run into the forest in search of a new place to live. "We should get home too," says Flake. Jazz nods. They hurry home to their big cozy tree on the edge of town.